Okie dokie. So let me just delete all of this and let's just pick, for example, local date time dot. And now it gives us the current local date time. You can pass a clock. So this is really important when you learn about testing. You can pass a zone ID, which I'm going to show you in a second. You can say of and from, and then of has a couple of variations. So you can pass the year, month, day of the month, so on and so forth. So let's say that we want to create a specific date in the past, for example. So here, let's just pick of. And now if I press, or actually you can see that IntelliJ is giving me all the different options in here. So we can pass year, month, day of the month, int hour, and int minute, as well as with second. So let me just put this on a new line so you see things properly. If I press escape, if you want to see that again, just put your mouse in there and then press Command P, and this pop-up will come up. Now here, the year, let's just say 2000, and Command P, so you can see that we can pass the month. So the month, we can pass either a number or an enum. So here you remember enums. So month dot, and have a look. So May, April, August, December. Let's just say December. So if we were to pass the number, December is represented as 12, I think, right? But because we have enums, it's much easier for us to read and understand the actual code. Comma, Command P, we can pass the month. So let's just say the first. We can also pass the hour. So let's just say 14. We can also pass the minute. Let's just say 55. You can pass the second if you want, but I'm not going to. So here, let me just end this with semicolon. Now, this is, if we extract this to a variable, I'm going to say some date in the past, or some date. There we go. So here, if I just shout and then some date, you can see that this is one way of us creating a date. So often you want to have full control of how you create your own date. So this is how you do it. If you want seconds, you could just say, for example, 22. Now we should have the second as well there. Have a look, 22. So this is for local date time, but it also works the same for local date. So you just say local date and then of, but obviously you're not going to need to pass hours, minutes, and seconds. So let's just take this and then paste it right here, and some date 2, for example. This will be local date and local date of. We don't need none of this in here, and you can see that this is some date. Sometime you could just say local time dot and then of, and you could pass the hour, minute, second, as well as nanoseconds. So you have 3 different options. So let's just say 12 and then 55, 55. So this is now some time. So I'm going to say some time, right? And let me put this on a new line, just like that. And again, don't add hour, colon, and then 12, because this right here is IntelliJ helping me to understand what each of the arguments are, right? So this is the hour, minute, and second. And to be honest, this is it. Now, obviously, in here, if I say local date time dot, you can see that we have a couple of methods in here. Parse, you can parse a string to a date of instant. I'm going to show you instant in a second. And then from a temporal. And to be honest, this is it. So you can see that it's really straightforward how you're going to deal with dates. Obviously, I'm going to give you some exercises so that you can get familiar with dates. But we're going to use dates later in this course when we start working with objects and whatnot, so that you understand how we might store dates. And one would be, for example, date of birth is a good data type for dates, or maybe an appointment. You should maybe use local date time. So this is the various different ways that you can create specific dates. If you have any questions, drop me a message. Otherwise, let's move on.